dear children, first of all we shall just go through the portions we have studied yesterday. I think all of you have seen the video and done the homework. Last day we have discussed mainly regarding the difference between order and molecularity, and after that we derived the integrated rate equation for a zero order reaction. So we know what is molecularity and order. Order is if we know the rate law, we can find the order. Order is the sum of the powers to which the concentration terms are raised in a rate equation. Then order can be even zero or fractional values. For complex reactions also, we can find out the overall order of the reaction. We know that the rate determining step is the slowest step, and from this slowest step we can find out the order of a reaction. But molecularity, as far as molecularity is considered, it is the number of particles or the reacting species which should collide simultaneously to bring about a reaction is known as molecularity. It is a theoretical concept, whereas order is a experimental concept, and molecularity cannot be zero or even non-integers. And molecularity for a elementary step it is applicable, but for a complex reaction it is meaningless. Molecularity is meaningless for a complex reaction. And also we have noted that the order of a complex reaction is same as that of the molecularity of the slowest step. These are the features of order and molecularity. And after that we derived an equation from the differential rate equation. We have derived the integrated rate equation. So differential rate equation we know minus dr by dt is equal to k into molar concentration of k into molar concentration of the reactant raised to some power which is equal to the order of the reaction. And in order to find the instantaneous rate, normally we are finding out the instantaneous rate by drawing graph. Concentration versus time graph is drawn, and you will get a curve. Whether it is a reactant or a product, you will get a curve. And on that curve you plot the particular point corresponding to the time. You have to find the instantaneous rate, and at that point you draw a tangent to the curve and find the slope of this tangent. It gives the instantaneous rate. But it is not easy to find out the instantaneous rate graphically in every situations. So we arrived at an equation, that is integrated rate equation, by integrating the differential rate law, so that the final equation, the integrated rate equation, it gives a direct relationship between the experimental values, so that is the concentration and time, as well as the rate constant, so that we can find it directly without a graph. We can find it directly from us once we get the experimental data. And we have seen for different order reactions this integrated rate equation is different. For zero order reactions we have derived the integrated rate equation, which gives a relation k is equal to R0 minus R divided by T, where R0 stands for the molar concentration of the reactant at time T is equal to 0, that is initial concentration of the reactant, minus R. R stands for molar concentration of the reactant at a time T divided by small t, which is the time period. K is known as a rate constant, and we have drawn graph also. Graphically we have represented, and in that graph we have plotted, that is concentration of the reactants against time, and we get a straight line graph having a slope which is equal to minus k, or rate constant k is equal to negative of the slope of that straight line, obtained by plotting this concentration versus time graph. Next, similarly, and we have seen some examples also. That examples are also very important. We have seen the examples like that is enzyme catalyzed reactions are of zero order. Then the decomposition of ammonia on hot platinum surface is a zero order reaction. Then the decomposition of hydrogen iodide on gold surface is also a zero order reaction. Next, we shall find similarly we should find out the integrated rate law for a first order reaction. Integrated rate law for a first order reaction. So we can consider similar as such we have done so far. We can consider a general reaction R giving P, that is reactants giving products. For this particular reaction, that is R giving P, what is the differential rate equation? Differential rate equation is equal to minus dr by dt is equal to K into molar concentration of the reactant, that is K into R, which is raised to a power which is equal to the order of the reaction. It is raised to a power which is equal to the order of the reaction. Here it is a first order reaction. We are going to integrate, so R raised to 1, or we can write it as R. Rearranging this equation so that this term containing this R should come under this term containing dr. So it will be like this. Rearranging this equation, we get minus dr by R is equal to, or dr by R is equal to minus K into dt. Dr by R is equal to minus K into dt. So next step is integrate this equation. Integrating this equation, that is integral dr by R is equal to minus K into integral dt. We know that integral dx by x is equal to ln x. Ln is actually is known as natural logarithm. Log is logarithm to the base 10, whereas ln is ln to the base logarithm to the base. It is known as ln x. Integral dx by x is equal to ln x, or we can say ln x. And integral dt, we know yesterday also we have seen integral dt, or integral dx is equal to x. Generally we can say integral dx is equal to x. Similarly, integral dr by r is equal to ln r. Integral dx by x is equal to ln x. Similarly, integral dr by r is equal to ln r. That is, integrating this equation, we will get ln r is equal to minus k into integral dt is equal to t. That is minus k into t. Wherever we are integrating a differential equation, we will get a constant of integration. Normally we are writing I for that. That is integral dr by r is equal to ln r, which is equal to minus k into t plus I. Next step is to find out the value of I. In order to find out the value of I, we are considering a situation where t is equal to, at time t is equal to 0, that is at the start of the reaction, let the molar concentration of the reactant R be R0. Then R is equal to, R is denoted as R0. That is the initial concentration. That is at the time t is equal to 0, let the concentration of reactant be R0. So substituting in this equation, this things, that is time t is equal to 0 and concentration becomes at time t is equal to 0. Concentration of reactant is R0. So substituting in this equation, we will get ln, instead of R we are writing R0. So when concentration is R0, this time t is equal to 0, that is minus k into 0, this term becomes 0, it is equal to I. So we got the value of I, and this value of I we will be substituting in equation 1. We are substituting the value of I in equation 1. We will get ln R is equal to, or ln R is equal to minus k into t plus, instead of I we are writing ln R0. Or rearranging this equation, bringing this term to this left side, we can write it as ln R minus ln R0 is equal to minus 80. So consider this as equation 2. Or we know that log A minus log B is equal to log A by B. Log A minus log B is equal to log A by B. This is a logarithm to the base 10, but we have written logarithm to the base E, that is known as ln R. Ln R minus ln R0 is equal to ln A by B, that is ln R by R0. Ln R by R0 is equal to minus 80. Or we can write it, if you are putting negative sign here, then suppose we are multiplying with a negative, this becomes minus ln R and this becomes plus ln. So it will be, otherwise we can write it as ln R0 by R is equal to, by inverting, R0 by R is equal to KT, or implies K is equal to 1 by T. Very important equation. K is equal to 1 by T ln R by R0. Ln R by, sorry, K is equal to 1 by T ln R0 by R. 1 by t, k is equal to 1 by t ln r0 by r. This is another equation for finding out the rate constant. But using logarithm to the base c, we cannot do the calculations. In order to find out, convert it into natural logarithm into common logarithm, that is the logarithm to the base 10, we have to multiply it with 2.303. If you are multiplying this term with 2.303, then ln will be changed into log, common logarithm, log to the base 10, then we can use it for calculation by doing numericals. So again we can rewrite this equation as k is equal to 2.303. We are multiplying this ln by 2.303, then it will be turned into log. That is 2.303 by t log r0 by r. This is a very important equation. This is a very important equation. K is equal to 2.303 by t log r0 by r. Normally, while finding the numerical, sometimes t is given, t will be given, r0, that is initial concentration, and concentration of the reactant at time t will be given. Then we can find out the rate constant k from this equation. Next, at a different times t1 and t2, if you want, not the initial concentration is given, but concentration at a time t1 and another time t2 is given, and you are asked to find the rate constant, then we have to derive a particular equation for that. For that we are substituting, that is when at time t1 let suppose at different times, we are considering different times t1 and t2. We have to derive an equation considering the concentration at t1 time of the reactant is R1 and at time t2 the concentration of reactant is R2. So consider in this equation these things, that is ln R instead of ln at time t1. First of all we can write the equation at time t1. Change this equation according to time t1. Let the concentration of reactant be R1, then this equation will be changed into ln R1 is equal to minus K into time is T1. At time T1, let the concentration of R be R1. Then instead of R, we are writing R1. Then minus K into time is T1 plus ln initial concentration R0 is R0 itself. That will be equation 3. Then one more equation, that is considering at a time T2, let the concentration of reactant be R2, then this equation becomes ln R2 is equal to minus K into T2 plus ln R0. The initial concentration is both the times the initial concentration at the start of the reaction, the concentration is 0. Then next we have we have to derive an equation considering the both at time T1 and T2, a common equation should be derived. So for that we are subtracting 3 minus 4, that is 4 from 3. Equation 3 minus 4, that is ln R1. For that we are subtracting the LHS as well as RHS accordingly. Ln R2 is equal to, this term will cancel out. This ln R0 minus ln R0 will cancel out. Then the remaining is minus K into T1 minus of minus K2, that is plus K2. That is this minus this, that is minus K into T1 minus of minus. Minus of minus becomes plus, that is plus K into T2. Or rearranging this equation, we know that log A minus log B is equal to log A by B, or ln A minus ln B is equal to ln A by B. So similarly we can write this as ln A instead of A, R1 by R2. Ln A by B is equal to K into, taking K is a common, so that is taking K outside, K into T2 minus T1, or K is equal to taking it here, 1 by T2 minus T1 into ln R1 by R2. Or in order for doing numericals, we have to convert this ln into log, that is common logarithm, so that we can multiply it with the 2.303. Then we can write the equation as 2.303. Then ln becomes log R1 by R2. This is also another important equation. If you are given at different times T1 and T2, concentration is given like R1 at time T1 R1 is the concentration, and another time T2 let R2 be the concentration, then we can use this equation to find out the rate constant. K is equal to 2.303 by T2 minus T1 into log R1 by R2. And from the first equation we have seen that we have written initially, we have written an equation like this, ln R. I think so far it is clear, it's very important. First of all, we began with this equation, that is ln R minus ln R0 is equal to minus KT. Ln R minus ln R0 is equal to, in the beginning we have written this equation, ln R minus ln R0 is equal to minus KT, or we can write ln R by R0 is equal to minus KT. In order to remove this ln, we have to take the anti-log of ln R by R0. Anti-log of ln x is equal to x itself. So it will be ln R0, it is equal to anti-log of, we are taking the anti-log of minus KT. Then anti-log of minus x is equal to, or anti-log of x is equal to e raised to x. Anti-log of x is equal to e raised to x. So considering these 2 points, you can rewrite this equation as anti-log of log x is equal to x. Here x is R by R0. You can write R by R0 is equal to minus KT. R by R0 is equal, so e raised to, not minus KT, e raised to x, that is e raised to minus KT. Or R is equal to R0 e raised to minus KT. This is another form of this equation. R is equal to R0 into e raised to minus KT. And next one thing is, that is, so I think this is clear. That is, first of all, we are right, ln R minus ln R0 is equal to minus KT, that is log A minus log B is equal to this thing, log A by B is equal to minus KT. So in order to remove this ln, we are taking the anti-log of this thing, that is anti-log of ln x is equal to x. So this is the x term. So R by R0 is equal to anti-log of minus KT is equal to e raised to minus KT, or we can write R is equal to R0 e raised to minus KT. So these are the different forms of integrated rate equation for a first order reaction. Go through these derivations, do it by yourself, referring to the textbook also. Watch the video, and after that you refer to the textbook, so do by yourself. The next thing remains is the graphical representation. Here this equation, first of all, here I have written that ln R is equal to, or we can rewrite this equation as ln R is equal to minus KT plus ln R0, where ln R0 is the initial concentration. R0 is the initial concentration, that is a constant. Initial constant, that is the, at the time we are starting the reaction, the concentration of the reactant is a constant, or this term is a constant. So this is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. This equation is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. We know that y is equal to mx plus c is the equation of a straight line. That is, if you are drawing graph by taking y on y-axis and x-axis as x, then we will get a straight line graph with slope m and y-intercept c. Similarly, this is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. Here y is ln r, and instead of x we have to take t, and slope m, it is minus k. then constant C, instead of constant C it is ln R0. So if we are drawing a graph, suppose we are drawing a graph by taking which on the y-axis, ln R. Very important, mostly this graph will be given and you are asked to write the order of the reaction. Ln R against x is t time t. You will get a straight line having negative slope. That is, straight line will be like this. And this point corresponds to, this is C, isn't it? That is the origin till this point, that is on the y-axis, it is known as y-intercept, and so this point will be ln R0. This is ln R0, and slope shall derive one more, draw one more graph using the equation we have derived, that is this relation, A is equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R, or we can again rearrange it as K into T divided by 2.303 equal to log R0 by R. Here instead of y, this is of the form, this is another equation of the form y is equal to, this is y is equal to mx plus c. In this equation c is equal to 0, c is equal to 0 instead of x t, and this is the y. If you are plotting a graph by taking log R0 by R on the y-axis and c, that is time on the x-axis, that is instead of x, here it is this one, t, and you will get a straight line graph. Here the y-intercept is 0, so definitely this distance is 0, that means it starts, the graph starts from the straight line, starts from the origin, so it will be like this, pointing upwards, and the slope of the curve, that is m, instead of m, here this is the term instead of m, therefore slope of the curve is equal to, m is the slope of the curve, slope is equal to k by 2.303. So this graph also is very important, study it. And next is about the examples of first order reaction. All the hydrogenation reaction, you have studied hydrogenation of unsaturated compounds into saturated. For example, hydrogenation of ethene. Ethene is C2H4, CH2 CH2 to ethane, C2H6 is an example of a first order reaction. Then all the artificial and natural radioactive disintegrations also belong to first order reaction. For example, the disintegration of radium, that is radium 86-226 disintegrates with the liberation of 284 plus 80, so this is not 86, 88, 86 radon 222. This is an example of a first order reaction. Then another almost all decomposition reaction, for example decomposition of N2O5 and N2O are some examples of first order reaction. So study these examples. Next is one numerical based on this. I will read the question, that is the example 4.3 that is given in the textbook, workout example. That is the initial concentration of the decomposition of N2O5 into N2O plus half O2 is given. Here the initial concentration of the reactant R0 is given. It is found to be 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 2. 24 into 10 raised to minus 2. And after a time t is equal to 60 minutes, the concentration, that is R is equal to, again given the data also, 0.20 into 10 raised to minus 2 mole per liter. You are asked to find the rate constant. Rate constant K is equal to 2.3. Study this relation by heart, 2.303 by T log R0 by R. Just substitute this values. All the data are given except K. K is equal to 2.303 by T instead of T, 60 log R0. R0 is initial concentration, 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by R is equal to 0.20 into 10 raised to minus 2. This will cancel out. So we have to divide 12.4 by 2. That is equal to 12.4 by 2 is equal to 6.2. We have to take the log. In the logarithm page, you take the log of 6.2 and multiply this log of 6.2 by this term as normal multiplication. And finally, we will get the value K is equal to 0.0304. And since it's a first order reaction, we know the unit of rate constant is time raised to -1, since the time is given in minute, it's minute raised to -1. So try to do this problem also. So today we are before going to wind up the session, just we shall recall what all things we have studied today. We just discussed about the first order reaction, the integrated rate expression for the first order, and we have drawn 2 graphs and also studied examples. What are the examples of first order reaction? Examples are all the artificial and natural radioactive disintegrations belong to this first order kinetics. And next, decomposition of N2O5 and N2O, and one more example is given in the textbook, that is the hydrogenation of ethene to ethane. And we have studied a relation, that is K is equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R, and also we have drawn 2 graphs. So go through these portions today itself, don't postpone it for tomorrow. Do all the things systematically, do the homework. If you do it today, then you will understand the things very clearly. So don't make it extended to tomorrow. So thank you, stay safe.